Okay, you should have already watched the video to help you with examples 1 through 3. You should have already done examples 1 through 3. So now we're on to example 4 here. And these are all have a little bit more going on here. So we have to, you should have already done all the examples before you try to tackle these ones. Okay, and checked all your answers and made sure you're doing all fine. Okay, so now we're on to example 4. Okay, so for this one here, all right, these are all a little bit trickier, so I'm going to work through all of them, right? And if you want to try it on your own first, go ahead, right? And then watch the video, right? Okay, so if we look at this, if we see how there's 2 triangles here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in my brain, actually I'm going to draw it out too, I'm going to take this triangle, and I'm going to move this triangle right over here. Okay, so now it's over here. You can see our height's 20. And since we moved this over, we now have this little piece here and this piece here. So we have they just switch flip-flop. So we just kind of move that over there. Okay. All right. Remember this. Now that we look at it this way, if you think about this shape in its entirety, right? That's a triangle. We know how to find the area of the triangle. 1/2 base times height. What's the height? 20. What's the base? Well, how long is that base? Oh wait, that base is the same as this base right here. Okay. I'm going to reduce that. Oh, that's 220. So that one's area is 220 for ourselves. Okay. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's try this guy right here. Let's see. Well, if I'm looking at it, that looks like the base. Let me draw the height in for myself. It's a right angle there. Okay. Oh, from isosceles triangles, hopefully you still remember that these are broken up and these are 4 and 4. Because it's isosceles, right? And put the little note, reminder. If it's isosceles, the height divides the base in half. Okay, so that became 4 and 4. If it wasn't isosceles, we couldn't do that, but we wouldn't have that problem anyway. Okay. How do I find it? Well, if I look at it here, I can see that I have a right triangle, huh? Right there. Okay. 6 squared equals 4 squared plus b squared. 36 equals 16 plus b squared. So I'll get 20 equals b squared. So b is the square root of 20. We know how to reduce that. Its factors are 4 and 5. That reduces to 2 root 5. Right? So what's the area of that triangle? Well, 1/2 the base. That base is 8. The height is 2 root 5. 1/2 of 8, actually 1/2 and 2 are going to cancel, so it's just going to be 8 root 5. Remember, you're just basically doing 1/2 times 8 times 2 in any order you want, but the radical 5 is just hanging out on the outside. That's all we have to do. Okay. We're going to skip this one right here. This involves trig. We'll skip the trig one right this year. Okay, but this one you can do. So think about how you can do it. We've done one similar to this on the last quiz we had. Right, we had something like that before we left. Right, we did something similar to that. So once you hit the pause button, right, see if you can try it, and then you watch the video. Okay, now that you've tried it on your own, if you haven't, hit the pause button and really try it on your own. Okay, here's how you do it. Draw your height in for the triangle. Okay, remember that if that's 4, this is 4 as well. Hey, that whole thing was 12, so that's 8 there. This triangle right here is a 45, 45, 90. Okay, so then that's 8, and that's 8 root 2. What's the area of this shape? Well, the area of this shape here is 32 because it's 8 times 4. And the area of this shape, 1/2 base times height, it's also 32. Hey, look, those are both 32. That's just coincidence that they're both 32. 32 plus 32 is 64, no? Right, there's my final answer. You notice that if I'm doing like little pieces of it, I want to say like what's the area of that portion, I'm putting the number in there and I'm circling it, and that just tells me, hey, here's the areas there. Right, that way it kind of stands out from the links that I'd have there. Okay. So those are some examples that we've done. Now is the time for you to, if you haven't already finished the homework, the notes packet, finish the packet, scan it, put it online for me, and submit it. Okay, email me if you have questions, and then go and attempt the homework. And make sure you're doing the homework. You only do the problems that I tell you to do. Okay, good luck.